We're here at the PowerSoft stand. I'm joined by a familiar face for our viewers. It's Mark. Welcome, Mark.
Hello, good to see you again, finally.
Yes, I know. It's great to be back, isn't it? We were talking earlier on, the focus on the stand this year very much seems to be on dynamic music distribution. It's maybe not 100% clear what that is. Could you maybe explain for our viewers kind of what that is and the purpose of it and the benefits of it?
So dynamic music distribution is aimed towards all kind of background music applications. So that's why it's dynamic music distribution. So the application could be in a bar, in a shop, in a retail environment, where people want to have several music sources connected with amplifiers to several zones. And with dynamic music distribution, we're able to integrate all the logic, all the switching, all the intelligence in the mezzo amplifiers. So the mezzo amplifier is aware of the sources that are connected and the zones which are in the system. And actually, the connection between several mezzo amplifiers will allow you to power a system or to work with a system with multiple zones, where one amplifier will receive maybe inputs and it will send it to the other amplifier. So the beauty and the strength of dynamic music distribution is that we can set up a system with mezzo amplifiers, with passive wall mount controllers, or with our wall mount touch, our touchscreen interface, where no additional hardware is needed. So it will result to a very cost-effective system, but also it will mean for the user of the system that the system is very much simplified. So they don't need to have like a rack full of gear, they don't need to have all kind of different settings, and they don't need to be aware of what's happening in the system. With dynamic music distribution, you touch an input, which is a source, and you send it to a zone which is an output. And you're totally flexible to have a TV screen, like we have on the example on the wall behind me, coming in to one of the left mezzos, and send it to one of the mezzos on the right-hand side in zone 4. So it is a system which allows full flexibility.
And how is the system controlled day to day? Is that through a laptop or through an app? Or
That's the beauty of the thing. All the amplifiers are aware, so they have the intelligence inside. So the only thing you need is really a mezzo amplifier, or 2 mezzo amplifiers, or 3 mezzo amplifiers, where you can build a network which is the backbone of sending the music channels from one mezzo to the other. Some passive wall controllers or the wall mount touch. So no additional hardware, no computers are needed. You might need a router, or you might need maybe a Wi-Fi access point to have the app working, or to have like a tablet working where you have like the views on it, which is casted by the wall mount touch. But no additional hardware is needed.
So this feels like the sort of product that maybe if it was around 5 years ago, it would have been incredibly complex to use. Kind of you'd need to read through pages and pages of manuals. You mentioned it earlier on. The ease of use seems to be a significant part of this. Was that something you factored in when designing it? Because you need people to use it. You need more people to adopt it.
I think that's absolutely correct. When we looked at this system and how we're going to make the system work, we looked at the user. So what's the benefit of the user? How easy is it for them to control a system? They're not interested in a rack full of equipment. It might look sexy maybe in the back of their house, but it's not no use of them. And actually it's a maintenance issue as well. They need to maintain this product. Maybe some of their staff, which is not trained, will think they will know about the product and will change some settings. So a tech has to come in to reset stuff. With the mezzo amplifier not having any controls on them, with the wall mount touch having the controls they need, with the passive wall mount controllers having the controls they need, they have a system which guarantees to work. And I think that's the main thing. And the beauty of it's, like you said, 5 years ago it would have been like a huge rack with all kind of complicated stuff, and then you have to patch things maybe, and now it's something which works out of half rack space amplifier, and you can link them together with some wall mount touches and some.
You were saying one of the applications is maybe like things like bars and restaurants, where actually, you're right, it might not be a technical person running the system. It could be a barman or a...
They don't have the money to invest in technical people, and I think their main purpose in life is to serve beer or to have like a leisure kind of environment, or to sell clothing. So they're not technicians, so that's not meant for them, and they can just use the system where they need to use it by just switching on background music sources and routing them maybe to different zones.
Fantastic. Mark, always great to talk to you. Thanks for your time.
Likewise.